review. I'll try and make it as quick as I can. It'll be a rush one. I'm round my daughter's. I'll be shooting this gun here. It's John's Zbroia Kozak. I was quite astounded a couple of days ago. I went round John's and I had on his bit of land at the back of his house, I had a few shots with this gun, and I free-held the gun as it is now with the bipod fitted, but I held it and shot a target at roughly 20 yards and did very well freehand. I didn't film any of it, and I have had the gun to review before, but we had a terrible week's weather, so I never actually got round to reviewing it. But he has also got the Zbroia Kozak Mark 1 and Mark 2 that at some point in the future he wants me to review both those guns together, so the differences can be seen between the two. I do believe they've also brought a Mark 3 out of that gun now, but I've got a tape measure there, so I will measure it, and I'll also put the weight of the gun unscoped and with no bipod on. And it is a bullpup, I believe, and me being left-handed, I have no problem shooting this one because where the side lever cocking arm is, it doesn't get in the way of my face, and there is an adjustable cheek rise at the rear of the gun that clearly you undo a brass screw and you can raise and lower that, but as it is, the gun shoots fine. In fact, I quite like it, to be honest, and I like the 110s made by Kozak. I've always liked the 110s, but I find the loading of this gun, putting the magazine in, for myself is a lot easier and more straightforward. But I'll show you the magazines. We'll just measure the gun and see what length it is. Obviously the barrel is shrouded, so there's no need for a big silencer on the end to quieten it down. It is fairly quiet. Good old-fashioned inches to the rear. It's about 28¼ inches. Let's double check that. From the end of the barrel to the furthest part of the stock, yeah, it's about 72 centimetres or 28¼ inches. I'll put the weight of it on screen. We'll have a closer look. I'll do my best here because it's a terrible winter's day and it's about 4 degrees. It's quite nippy, and it's very poor lighting. I haven't got any additional lights with me, so we've just got poor daylight, but that's a close-up of the gun. There's the cheek raise there, look, the adjustable mount. So I don't know how to describe the finish of the gun. It's sort of like a black, I don't know what sort of wood it is, and there is a bit of space under the trigger there, look. It's a little bit of a gap, and this is a little bit flexible, but it's not going to cause me any problems, or it wouldn't cause me any problems, but I have heard other reviewers talk of that. Metal trigger blade, very nice trigger. I'm not sure what the pull weight of it is, with a matching shaft there on the side lever cocking arm, and the safety, pull it towards you, so if you accidentally slip you're going to put it on lock rather than the opposite way. I don't use safeties because most of the guns I got brought up with many years ago, none of them ever had safety, so I always fire the gun off before I look at the manometer or put the pointy end towards myself. But it's got the rail built in there, look, Weaver rail, Picatinny Weaver rail there. Going round the gun, there's the manometer. I'm not sure, I'll put it on screen how much you fill this up to. I think John said it's 300 bar fill on this gun, so you don't even have to look at a gauge on a diver's bottle, just attach to the probe, and which clearly goes in this piece here, look, to fill a probe, to fill the gun up. Turn that round, that exposes your hole to stick your probe in. Now, I haven't shot round here for a while, and I've put my target up. I didn't know there's been a new member in the garden. The daughter's got the grandson a little swing. I've got no problem shooting. I'm pretty sure I'll miss that easily, but I can't lift it up and get it out of the way because it's staked into the grass. So you won't see any of that when I'm zoomed in, but that's 31 yards from where I'm shooting as normal. There's a table with a gun on. and there's the target. Now I am expecting good things of this gun, because I shot it at 20 yards and it was literally pellet on pellet. Of course that's not always the case. I'm not sure. I'll have to put on the screen what actual pellets John's loaded the magazines up with. Here are the magazines, and allegedly, if I've got my facts right, if I haven't I'll correct it on screen, basically these fit the Kozak, these magazines, and he also is the same magazine for the Zbroia, so that's pretty handy, especially for John, seeing he's got 3 of them. So pretty simple, very similar to the Virarc style, no plastic, it's an all metal construction, and obviously that little how you tell the difference is I'm not sure, but where the spiky piece is like a sprocket there on the outer edge is what goes towards you when you load it. I'll try and do this with one hand. Pull the lever out, it's quite easy to that point. That's now cocked. It's a little ball bearing there, look on the side. Put it in, turn it around, gently pull that forward. There's no hard mechanical action. It's all lovely and smooth, just how I like them. In fact, I would probably say that this would be my ideal gun, and a nice rubber butt pad there. That is almost my perfect gun. I never considered buying one or never wanted one, but it never came to my attention. I'll find out what cc, what air capacity this cylinder holds, and how many shots you would expect. This is a 177 example, but made in the Ukraine, so whether there's a shortage on these guns now with the what's going on there between those and Russia, I'm not sure whether the availability is you know, but all round quite a lovely gun, and like I say, considering its small size, it packs a real punch. But right, let's get shooting the target. It's getting cold and the sky looks a bit gloomy, like it could rain any moment, so I'll carry on with this review. I don't know where this gun's going to shoot yet at this range, because obviously it's zeroed for John's situation, so and the distance that he's zeroed the gun at, so I haven't got a clue. So this first target will be more for the grouping as opposed to the bull. Once I've seen where the gun's shooting, then I will adjust the scope accordingly. So let's see how it goes. Now I didn't bother adjusting this scope, it's not that far from the bull. I could have got it down and to the right so it was a bullseye shot, but there's 12 shots, that's a whole magazine. I will, as I say, I'll put on screen what pellets it's actually loaded with, because I didn't load them. Whether John's done the pellet testing, but I don't know about you, I'm quite impressed with that. And the two that are not in there, I clearly have not I've not got the reticle bang on, the crosshair bang on the bull before I shot it, or I've moved very slightly, you know, only by about half a millimetre or probably less. But that is some good accuracy, I would say, and that would compete with much higher end guns what cost a lot more money. I'm not sure what the cost of this gun was or how much they are brand new. Any specs and details that I can put on the screen while I'm yabbling on, I'll include in the video. But I'm not going to do any more shooting because it's very cold. Anytime it's going to rain, by the look of it. I felt a couple of drops earlier, and it's a very calm day, it's not windy, so I've got a lot of things in my favour on this shooting episode. But any comments, please put them in the bottom, in the comments box. Thumbs up if you don't mind. Any suggestions? I thought I'd do one to make a break from the XMX Mito videos that I've been doing lately, although I have got another one, because I have had a bit of a what's the word? I've yet adjusted my trigger and reduced its pull weight by 2 pounds, so that'll be the next video coming up. I don't want to bore people with that too much, but it's a good bit of information that will probably appeal to anybody that's got one of those guns or is thinking of buying one of those guns. But I'll have a look in my toolbox and see if I can find a 2p, because I'm pretty sure a 2p will cover that cluster of 12 shots. Let's have a look. Well, there you go, there's a 5p, but there is one outside the 5p just on the edge. Look, that's down to me, not the gun. That's definitely me what sort of pulled that shot. And here's a 2p, British 2p coin. Look, covers a lot easily. I haven't got a 1p, I'm not that rich to have so many so much money. I'm pretty sure a 1p would cover that. 5p doesn't, just doesn't, but I'm sure a penny would cover that cluster of holes, and it's just a shame that I've pulled that one, because they'd all fit under a 5pp, so you can't complain at that for accuracy, can you? For a little bullpup gun without even a long barrel or massive silencer on the end. So I'm impressed with this gun, and I don't think, if you look back at all my videos I've ever done, I don't think you'll hear me say that I'm so impressed with stuff, but I am impressed with that gun. More so than the Viroc HW110, and I still like that gun as well, but I find loading the magazine on this one, loading these magazines is very straightforward. You've got a little spring compressed ball bearing, so as you push it in, that compresses, goes in, falls into place, loads very smoothly with a cocking arm. You don't have to put any, it's not a mechanical clunky thing that I don't like. It's just personal preference really. Gun related stuff is all personal. I don't like bolt action guns, some people love them. It's whatever floats your boat. But anyhow, thank you for watching the video. Any comments in the bottom, please give me a thumbs up, and you take care. The next one will be a trigger adjustment on my XMX Mito, and after that, when the weather brightens up a little bit, I'll do the Zbroia Hortizia Mark 1 and Mark 2 as promised.